This is Chris Potatos. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Potatos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both my TikToks. I'll be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my AEW Dynamite June 28th, 2023 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's AEW Dynamite. Now we kick off the show with a one-on-one match. It was Jon Moxley with the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta, the Blackpool Combat Club, versus Tomohiro Ishii in a one-on-one match. So yeah, Jon Moxley versus Tomohiro Ishii in a one-on-one match tonight. Now during this match, it was going back and forth and everything between Moxley and Tomohiro. Now both of them starting off the match with a bunch of chops to the chest and everything, and shoulder blocks and everything. So yeah, that's how they were starting off the match. During this match, we see Ishii knocked down on the floor, and then Claudio and Wheeler goes up to him, right there at him, and then Eddie Kingston comes walking out. So yeah, Eddie Kingston's at ringside at this point because he's making sure that nobody touches Ishii when he's out there. But yeah, we get the match going still, and it's going back and forth between Ishii and Mox. Mox was busted open during this match, obviously. But then we started getting towards the ending of this match where we see Ishii try to hit the Brainbuster onto Moxley, but Moxley fought out of that, and then hits the Death Rider onto Ishii. He pins him 1, 2, Ishii barely kicking out at 2. Moxley waited for him to kind of get back up to his feet. Moxley was trying to hit the curb stomp onto Ishii. Ishii moves out the way, but then Ishii was trying to Enziguri onto Moxley, but Moxley ducks and Ishii hits the mat, and then that's when Moxley hits the curb stomp onto Ishii, picks him right up, and then hits a second Death Rider onto him, and then he pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Jon Moxley defeated Tomohiro Ishii tonight in a one-on-one match. That's what happened. Moxley gets out the ring, and he walks up to pretty much Eddie Kingston, shoulder bumps him while walking away. And then Eddie Kingston's talking a lot of crap, talking about how, oh, you actually did it on your own without any help, huh? And Moxley's getting pissed off. They like about to walk towards each other up until Moxley walked away and then Eddie Kingston walked away. So yeah, that's what happened there for that match. I'll give it 3 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a good match to kick off the show and everything. But yeah, that's why I'll give that match. But then after that, we see Renee Paquette waiting for Adam Cole to pull up. Adam Cole then pulls up, and she was talking to Adam Cole and everything about how he's going to be teaming up with MJF in this tournament or whatever. And then MJF comes pulling up, and MJF is trying to be all buddy with Adam Cole and everything. And he goes like, "Nice job by making everybody think he was actually sick and everything. I should have thought of that." And Adam Cole was like, "No, I was actually sick." And MJF was like, "Sure he was." And he goes like, "Look, we're going to be buddies in this match. I want to get to know you more, and we're going to become the new AEW World Tag Team Champions and all that stuff." And then he actually gives Adam Cole a t-shirt, which is says, "Better than you, baby." So yeah, that's what MJF said. Gave him, and he kept on touching Adam Cole. Adam Cole was like, "I told you, don't freaking touch me." But yeah, that's what happened there, and Adam Cole walks away, and MJF was like, great guy. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a 6-man tag team match. But before we talk about that 6-man tag team match, we gotta talk about what was going on backstage. Now we see Renee Paquette pretty much arguing with Jon Moxley backstage. Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta's back there with him, and they're arguing and everything. She's talking about like, what the hell is going on with you and Eddie Kingston and stuff. And then Eddie Kingston gets over there, and him and Jon Moxley starts getting face to face arguing and everything. And Eddie Kingston says that he don't like Claudio and stuff, and that's why he's been so pissed off and everything lately. And the arguing and everything. Renee's getting between them and tells Jon to go somewhere, and then tells Eddie Kingston to fix this. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then we get to the next match. It was the AEW International Champion, Orange Cassidy, El Hijo del Vikingo, and Keith Lee versus Daniel Garcia, Matt Menard and Angelo Parker, the Jericho Appreciation Society. So yeah, this is a 6-man tag team match. Orange Cassidy found Keith Lee and Van Kingo to be his tag team partners for this match. And Keith Lee, he dyed his hair. He got the black hair now, so yeah, he dyed his hair again. But yeah. We get to the match, and this match, it was a pretty good match, pretty good 6-man tag team match. We get to the ending of this match pretty much when we see Daniel Garcia hitting a power driver onto Orange Cassidy. He pins Orange Cassidy 1, 2, Cassidy rolls him up like a crucifix pin, getting a 2 count as well. And then Cassidy was trying to hit beach break onto Daniel Garcia, and then Garcia rolls him through and everything, locks on the Dragon Tamer onto him, but then Vankigo comes up hitting a super kick on Daniel Garcia, breaking up the submission. That's when Angelo Parker goes over and throws Vankigo over the top rope, getting taken out. Angelo Parker turns around, he gets hit with the orange punch by Orange Cassidy. Cassidy tags in Keith Lee. Daniel Garcia tags in Matt Menard. Matt Menard's trying to do a lot of stuff to take down Keith Lee, like laying in some chops and clotheslines and everything. Eventually, Keith Lee lifts him up on his shoulders. Matt Menard's trying to fight off, trying to get off his shoulders and everything, but Keith Lee was not letting go. And then Keith Lee finally hits a finisher move. I forget what you call it, but he hits a finisher move onto Matt Menard, and he pinned him for the 3 count. So yeah, Orange Cassidy, Keith Lee, and El Hijo del Vikingo defeated the Jericho Appreciation Society tonight in the 6-man tag team match. That's what happened. Pretty good match. I'll give that match 3.5 stars. That's why I'll give that one. But yeah, after that match, we see Adam Page and the Young Bucks talking backstage, and then we was talking about how they're going to do an open challenge in the 6-man tag team match tonight. And then we see Dark Order come up, and they pretty much want to accept the challenge or whatever. And Adam Page and Dark Order starts arguing and everything. Dark Order is talking about how they was there for Adam Page at his lowest moment, all that stuff, and Adam Page decided not to contact them at all for these last few months and decided to be with the Elite and stuff. And Adam Page is getting pissed off because, like, well, I just can't leave them dealing with the Blackpool Combat Club and everything all by themselves and all that stuff. And yeah, they got pissed off, and yeah, 6-man tag team matches later on tonight. But yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a 6-man tag team match. But before we talk about that 6-man tag team match, we gotta talk about a segment backstage, and we see Renee Paquette interviewing Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara backstage, and Jericho was talking about how he's going to bring out the Painmaker tonight because Sammy Guevara and the Painmaker, Chris Jericho, will be teaming up tonight in the main event to take on Sting and Darby Allin in a tornado tag team match. So yeah, that match will be happening tonight in the main event, and he was talking about how the Painmaker will make Sting feel some pain tonight and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what was happening there. But then we'll get to the 6-man tag team match. It was Hangman Adam Page and Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, the Elite, versus Evil Uno, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds, Dark Order, in a 6-man tag team match. And this match, it was a pretty damn good match. It was just going back and forth between Dark Order and the Elite. It was just a damn good 6-man tag team match. Now we see a nice combination between John Silver and Alex Reynolds, where we see Silver hit a enziguri upside the head of Adam Page, and then that's when we see Alex Reynolds hit a stunner onto Page, and then Silver hit a German suplex onto Page, with Reynolds coming up for the pin onto him, and they only got a 2 count. Page barely kicking out at 2. The Young Bucks comes in there. I think it was Nick Jackson hitting a face buster pretty much onto Evil Uno, and then he gets out the ring hitting a moonsault onto I think it was Alex Reynolds outside the ring. Yeah, taking him out as well. So yeah, that's what was happening there. And then we see Adam Page a vicious clothesline onto John Silver in the middle of the ring, turning him inside out. And then he gets on the ring apron, setting up for the buckshot lariat, but then he starts hesitating. He didn't want to hit it. And then we see the Young Bucks hitting a suicide dive onto Evil Uno and Alex Reynolds outside the ring. And then we see Page going like, okay, I'm going to hit it. And then he jumps over the top rope, trying to hit the buckshot lariat onto John Silver, but John Silver reverses it, fighting back and everything. try to fight back with Adam Page, but then Adam Page grabs him and his dead eye onto him, and then that's when the Young Bucks gets in there, hitting the BTE trigger onto John Silver. They lift him up, and then Adam Page hits the buckshot lariat finally onto him, and then they pin him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, the Elite defeated Dark Order tonight in a 6-man tag team match. It was a pretty good 6-man tag team match. I liked it. It was a good one. I'll give it 4 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a good one. But yeah, that's what happened there. But then, after the match ended, the Elite gets up and Dark Order gets up. But then, the Elite gets attacked by the Blackpool Combat Club. John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Willa Yuta, and Konosuke Takeshita. So yeah, they was beating down the Elite and everything. And then the Hastile chair beating him down and everything. Moxley starts stabbing Adam Page in the face with the screwdriver and stuff, busting him open, and then Dark Order just looks at the Elite and just walks away. So yeah, they just walk away from their friend Adam Page, and they go backstage and everything, and the Blackpool Combat Club was just beating the hell out of the Elite, and then Eddie Kingston tried to come down, but then he starts getting beat down as well. And then John Moxley grabs the mic and he says that the Blackpool Combat Club challenges the Elite and Eddie Kingston in Blood and Guts on July 19th, I think it is. So yeah, that's what they did there. But yeah, that match will be happening on July 19th, and they challenge them. But yeah, later on tonight in the main event, Sting and Darby Allin versus Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara in a Tornado tag team match later on tonight. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing to happen on AEW Dynamite. Now, before we talk about the next segment with Jungle Boy and Hook, we gotta talk about a segment that was going on backstage, and we see Adam Cole, and he's talking about the tournament match, the tournament and all that stuff about the tag team titles. And then we see Roderick Strong coming up talking about Adam Cole's pretty much waiting for MJF pretty much to come up, and then we see Roderick Strong coming up talking about how Adam Cole cannot trust MJF, and Adam Cole's like, yeah, I already know that, I'm not going to trust him or anything. And then that's when pretty much MJF comes up and he goes like, come on buddy, you know that stuff, and pretty much pissed off Roderick Strong. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then we get to the next segment where we see Jungle Boy. He comes out and he tells them to stop playing that music and everything because it's trash, and he's getting tired of these people singing along with it. And then Jungle Boy starts talking a lot of stuff, talking junk about the city and all that stuff, talking about how he can't wait to get out there because everybody else could be stuck with that wildfire while he's out of this country. So yeah, that's what Jungle Boy was saying. And then he says that pretty much that he's still young as hell, makes fat checks, and screwing the baddest bitch in the company. So yeah, that's what Jungle Boy said right there. And yeah, pretty much I'm loving this little persona of Jungle Boy, which is pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie, he was cutting a pretty good promo out there. And then he starts talking a lot of junk about Hook and all that stuff, how he was tired of Hook throwing up that fake title and everything that's not even recognized by the company and everything in front of his face and all that stuff. And Jungle Boy was talking about how he was actually a world tag team champion and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what he was talking about. He says that he beat the hell out of Hook on Sunday at Forbidden Door and all that stuff. So yeah, he was talking a lot of crap about Hook, and he says he knows how much that title means to Hook, just like how he knows how much it means to his family. He starts staring at Taz pretty much, which he was by the commentary table, and then he calls Hook a fraud, and Hook gets pissed off, and here he comes running out there chasing off Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy runs through the crowd and everything. Hook is behind him, hightailing it behind him, and Jungle Boy is backstage throwing a lot of stuff down the throw to keep Hook away from him. And then Jungle Boy jumps in the car driving off, and Hook was trying to chase after him. So yeah, that's what happened. Hook starts getting pissed off and throwing stuff backstage. But yeah, pretty good segment and all that stuff. I really liked it. But yeah, go check it out if you haven't yet. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a one-on-one match. It was Ruby Soho with Saraya and the AEW Women's Champion Toni Storm, the Outcast, at ringside versus a local competitor one-on-one. And obviously Ruby Soho was just taking control of this match, beating the hell out of that local competitor. Hits like 2 backward suplexes onto her, pins her 1, 2. She lifts her shoulder up off the mat, And then also we see Ruby pretty much put on this glove and then locks on Britt Baker's lockjaw onto the local competitor, making her tap out. So yeah, Ruby Soho defeated a local competitor tonight on Dynamite, and I'll give that match a half of a star. That's what I'll give it. But then Ruby grabs a mic and she starts talking about how her and Britt Baker were supposed to have the quarterfinals match tonight in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, but that ain't happening because Britt Baker didn't want to show up for work or anything. But she says that, don't worry, next week she'll make sure that she'll kick her ass and, advance in the tournament. So, yeah, that's what Ruby Soho was talking about. And she was talking about how Britt Baker's taking a lot of tips from Adam Cole from him not showing up at Forbidden Door. Now, she ain't showing up here tonight and all that stuff. And then she was talking about how she hopes that Britt Baker and Adam Cole will never have kids because they're going to be ugly as hell or some shit like that. So, yeah, that's what Ruby said. But, yep, that's what happened there. And then after that, we see Johnny TV and QT Marshall, but that other girl, I forgot what was her name, and they was talking backstage, and yeah, it was talking about how they're going to be taking on Matt Hardy and Brother Zay this Friday on Rampage. So yeah, that's what he was talking about, and they're going to make sure that they beat him. But yeah, up next will be the main event: Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara versus Sting and Darby Allin in a Texas Tornado tag team match. Up next in the main event. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was the main event. It was Darby Allin Sting versus Sammy Guevara and the Painmaker Chris Jericho of the Jericho Appreciation Society in a Texas Tornado tag team match. So yeah, this match is a no disqualification tornado tag team match. They brought in a lot of weapons: ladders, tables, steel chairs, baseball bats, all that stuff. Jericho was the Painmaker in this match, using that persona and stuff like that. In this match, it was a pretty good match. We see Sting doing some crazy stuff in this match. Like at one point, there was a ladder set up inside the ring. Sting climbs up that ladder inside the ring while Darby's holding the ladder for him, and Sammy Guevara's laying on the table outside the ring, which there was two tables. Him laying on the first one, then another table right next to him, and Sting jumps off the freaking ladder doing a splash onto Sammy Guevara, and that was a rough one. That first table barely even broke, and that other one never even broke at all. But yeah, it was a rough one. But Sting, look, he was still okay. I think that was the last time we've seen Sammy Guevara in this match. Hopefully he's okay. But yeah, Sting was still alright. He was still going at it and stuff. Darby Allin was doing pretty good against Jericho and stuff, and so he got taken out. And then at one point we see Jericho hit the code breaker onto Sting. Jericho's busted open during this match, by the way. He hit the code breaker onto Sting, pins him 1, 2, Sting barely kicking out at 2. And then Jericho setting up for the Judas effect. He tried to hit the Judas effect onto Sting, but Sting ducks down and grabs him, hits the Scorpion Death Drop onto him, pins him 1, 2, Chris Jericho barely kicking out at 2. Both of them going back at it again. Jericho's trying to hit the code breaker onto Sting, but Sting locked on the Scorpion Death Lock onto him, making him tap out. So yeah, Sting and Darby Allin defeated Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara in the Texas Tornado tag team match in the main event for tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite. So yeah, pretty good match though. I'll give that match 3.5 stars. That's why I'll just say that was match of the night. That match was a pretty good one. But yeah, pretty good stuff tonight on Dynamite. For tonight's AEW Dynamite, I'll give it 8 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a good episode and stuff. So yeah, that's why I'll give tonight's episode of Dynamite. But yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Daniels, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. I'll be down there in the description box, and I'll be doing my Friday night SmackDown reviews this Friday night, Money in the Bank reviews this Saturday, and my AEW Collision reviews this Saturday night as well. And I'll be doing my Money in the Bank predictions. It'll probably be uploaded later on tonight or tomorrow. So yeah, look out for that. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until this Friday night SmackDown. See you guys later until then.